Hello to all of Hoai Ca's viewers. Today, I want to share with you a heartbreaking and intense story. Officer Hung, while carrying out his duty, was unexpectedly ambushed by a group of thugs seeking brutal revenge. Will he be able to make it back safely to Hoai Ca? And why did these criminals target him? This story is not just a simple clash between good and evil, but also a lesson about revenge, loyalty, and sacrifice. It's definitely a question that will make you think. Stay tuned until the end of the video to uncover the answers to these mysteries. The gang was gathered, discussing their illegal shipment that was supposed to be smuggled across the border. However, this time, things were more tense than ever. A few days ago, 2 new cops showed up and had been keeping a close watch, making their business a lot harder. This shipment had become a real mess, with continuous setbacks causing the gang to suffer significant losses. They started to realize that ever since the 2 new cops showed up, every time they tried to transport goods, something would go wrong. The losses kept piling up day by day. Finally, one of the gang members came back with a disappointed look on his face. All the goods were gone. The boss was furious, certain that the 2 cops were the reason for their failure. The 3 of them started plotting and making careful plans for revenge. They decided they had to act quickly, ambush, and make sure the ones who had caused them all this trouble wouldn't get away with it. The 3 thugs approached Hung's workplace, stopped the car, and began watching. However, when they looked inside, they didn't see Hung anywhere. The boss looked around his face, showing no sign of happiness. He realized that Hung might not be here today. He couldn't let this opportunity slip. Work hours were about to start, but still no sign of Hung. The boss quickly gave orders to his men. "You guys go hide the car. Don't let anyone see us." Everyone obeyed and scattered into the nearby area, waiting for the right moment. The boss remained determined, saying, "We'll get him today, no doubt. He'll show up here. Just go hide and wait. He'll definitely come." The 3 of them waited in silence, but not long after, one of the members noticed something and spoke up. "Keep an eye out, he'll be back here soon." The boss continued watching and suddenly spotted a familiar car from a distance. One of the gang members quickly recognized it. "Looks like he's coming, but why is he bringing someone with him?" Soon, the car stopped and the boss confirmed. "He's here. He'll be heading back soon." Realizing they couldn't wait any longer, the boss ordered, "All right, let's head out now and set up an ambush." The group nodded in unison, getting ready for the impending attack. In the office, Hung and the intern girl were discussing work. Hung invited her to sit and asked her to wait for Officer Min for a moment. While waiting, Hung took the opportunity to hand her some records and explain about the community outreach work, especially the issue of child marriage, which is quite common in this area. Hung also emphasized that she would be working with Officer Min, who would assist her in the outreach efforts. Hung continued to explain the government regulations regarding child marriage and early marriage. He advised the girl to read through the materials and then summarize them to make it easier to explain to the locals. The people in this area aren't all well educated, so simplifying the information is crucial for them to understand. The girl felt nervous as the material was quite long, but Hung reassured her that she only needed to highlight the main points to make it more accessible to the community. She nodded in gratitude and prepared to begin her work. At that moment, Officer Min arrived and was invited to sit by Hung. Hung introduced Mai the intern to Officer Min, explaining that Mai had just graduated, was well educated, and would assist Min in the outreach work, particularly in issues like child marriage and early marriage. Min thanked Hung for adding extra manpower during this challenging time. He also shared the current situation in the area where there were many economic difficulties and backwardness. Min was glad to have Mai, a new economics graduate, to help the locals develop economically. Though Mai was new to the job, she was determined and eager to perform well. She hoped to receive guidance and support from Officer Min. Min reassured her, confirming he would fully support her. Ming also highlighted that the area was facing severe infrastructure issues, particularly with transportation. The roads were difficult to navigate, making it hard to transport goods, which impacted the economy. However, Min mentioned that the government had allocated funds to improve the roads, restore bridges, and address the damage caused by natural disasters. All three of them were aware that developing the economy and improving the locals' lives was a long and difficult task, but they were determined to carry out this mission together to help the community gain a better understanding of the law and achieve sustainable economic development. The three thugs quietly moved into position, executing the ambush plan they had prepared carefully. They dragged a large tree across the road, blocking it to create an opportunity for a sudden strike. The three of them split up, each grabbing a small piece of wood ready for action. Each thug found a hidden spot to observe and wait, careful not to reveal any signs. They knew that when Hung passed by, that would be their moment to strike. The thugs remained silent, their eyes fixed on the road ahead, fully focused on the task at hand. At this point, even the slightest mistake or hesitation could ruin the plan. But they were used to this kind of tension. They waited for Hung to come into view. From a distance, Hung's car slowly appeared, driving forward. He had no idea about the ambush waiting for him. He drove normally, like any other day, focused on his work, unaware of the danger ahead. As Hung's car got closer to the large tree blocking the road, he suddenly noticed the obstruction. He stopped the car and got out to move the tree, but just then, the three thugs rushed out from their hiding spots, already prepared to attack. The scene became chaotic as Hung was caught off guard and unable to react in time. Just when the situation became tense, a strange girl appeared from afar, rushing toward Hung. When she saw him being attacked, she saw blood pouring from his body, her face filled with worry and panic. "Are you okay?" She kept calling, her eyes full of fear as she desperately tried to help. "What happened to you?" She kept asking, her hands trembling as she tried to support him. The blood was pouring out so much that it made the girl even more frantic. What now? Why is there so much blood? She could barely think of a way to help him in this situation. A sense of helplessness overwhelmed her, but she didn't give up. "We need to find someone to help," she said, trying to calm herself, determined not to let Hung fall into danger. At that moment, she silently prayed that Hung would be okay, that he would survive this life-threatening situation. Can this girl save Hung? And when Hoai Ca finds out what will happen next, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel to follow the next video and stay tuned for this intense journey.
Chào các bạn, rất vui khi được tiếp tục chia sẻ các bạn câu chuyện về Hoài Ca. Nếu bạn cảm thấy đồng hành với hành trình của cô gái này, đừng quên để lại một lượt thích và nhấn đăng ký kênh để tiếp tục đồng hành cùng chúng tôi trong hành trình này nhé. Một buổi sáng sớm lại bắt đầu như mọi khi, Hoài Ca nhanh chóng cầm chiếc chổi lên và bắt đầu vào công việc. Cô dọn nhà cửa, dưới ánh sáng mờ ảo của buổi sớm, cô di chuyển từng bước nhẹ nhàng, vội vã nhưng như những lời kiên trì. Trong khi đó bà bảo người ở góc nhà đang chọn những cải chuối, phần lớn ngoan lỏng để chuẩn bị cho vào mồm ăn. Những con dao sắc bén của bà như muốn cắt đứt đi sự mạnh mẽ tĩnh mịch của không gian. Mọi người lại mỗi một công việc nhưng đều không quên những nếp sống giản dị, trân trọng từng khoảnh khắc bình yên. Anh say sưa với công việc lúc chợt cửa nhà mở ra và tôi bước vào. Hôm nay anh xin nghỉ làm, đã rất sớm. Anh thức dậy chuẩn bị đồ đạc và có con Hoài Ca. Cùng trong tay một ít đồ chơi nhỏ cho cô Nhi. Anh ghé qua khỏi tiện lợi gần ngõ, rồi nhanh chóng bước vào trong nhà quen thuộc. Bà bảo nhìn thấy anh và khẽ mở cửa bằng nụ cười hớn hở. Chào cháu. Đô ngồi ngồi đi, anh đáp lại với giọng thân mật, bước vào nhà và ngồi xuống chiếc ghế gỗ quen thuộc. Không lâu sau, Hoài Ca bước ra từ bếp. Cô mỉm cười nhìn Đô ánh mắt bình dị. Chào anh, sao anh lại đến đây sớm vậy? Đô nhìn cô rồi chút ngập ngừng nhưng anh lại lấy lại bình tĩnh. Tôi muốn thăm cô một chút, mua chút đồ chơi cho cô Nhi. Một chút